Okay, so now I'm going to show you the method of logging into Chrome that you might want to use, you yourself as a teacher here in the district might want to use for logging in on your, maybe you've got a computer at your desk or your presentation center or a computer at home. So in other words, a computer that you are going to be using on a regular basis and that is also more secure. And what I mean by that is I would only use this method of logging in on a school computer if I was logged into the network on that computer as myself. I would never do this if I walked up to a computer that was already logged in. So if it was like a generic student account or another teacher's account, I would never use this method. But if I'm logged into the computer as myself, then this can save me a lot of time, as you'll see in a second. So in order to do that, we're going to go ahead and open up Google Chrome. And again, you'll notice that Chrome does not know who I am. I've got the generic person up there, okay? There's obviously no personalized settings here at all. Now, in the last video, the one on the quick login method, if you hadn't seen that, I explained that this is showing up here because there's some action required for an add-on, or an extension rather, for Chrome. Don't worry about that, don't panic. But if you click on that, it's the same thing as clicking on the three dots, which is what we wanted to see. There was the three dots. It brings up the same menu. So just ignore this and instead come down here and click on settings. And by the way, so you may not have this. When you open up Chrome, you may just see the three dots instead. That's fine. Click on the three dots to bring up this menu and then click on settings. Okay? So we're going to scroll down a little bit to the bottom, and right here you'll see there's a section that says people. And right now it says that the current user of Chrome is person 1. So obviously it doesn't know who I am. I'm just a generic person 1. So what I want to do is click on this button that says add person. And when I do, there's a couple things I need to do here. One, I need to pick an avatar for myself. This is probably going to get overwritten anyway, so don't get hung up on deciding which picture to choose. And then a name, and again, same thing. This is probably going to end up getting overwritten, so don't lose any sleep over this. So I'm just going to call this work. Okay? Leave this box checked. If it's not checked for some reason, go ahead and check it. But we want the box that says create a desktop shortcut for this user. We want to make sure that box is checked. So then go ahead and click add. And when I do, it actually opened up a new Chrome window and brought me to this sign-in page. So I'm going to go ahead and put in my school account and put in my password. And when I do, I'm going to get this box that pops up. Again, if you watch the video on the quick way to do this to teach to your students, same thing. You'll get the question that's asking you, do you want to link data? Remember in that video I said the link data button may show up in different places. In that video it was over here. So I said don't get used to just clicking one spot. Look for the button that says link data. Make sure you click that one though. If you do cancel, or in the other one there was one to create a new user or something like that, then none of this is going to work. Make sure you click that button that says link data. So now, again, just as in the last video, it's going to say, okay, got it. You'll see it's picking up my extensions. My bookmarks are showing up, all that kind of stuff. I'll give it a second here to get my settings. Remember, all of my settings like homepage, bookmarks, extensions, apps, all those kinds of things, theme that I might have installed, all of those things are saved in the cloud. Those are not saved on this local machine. So what it's doing right now is it's pulling those down so that it will be able to remember them. Now, unlike the quick method that I showed you, where those things are really not, they're not meant to be permanent in the sense that when you come back to that machine, they're not really there. The way that we just signed in by going into the settings and adding a person, it did make it kind of a more permanent thing. So I'm just going to minimize this because I want all this stuff to continue loading, so you'll see what will happen in a second. So I'm going to minimize this, which brings me back to that generic one. Okay, so I can go ahead and X out of that. And I want you to see that now on the desktop we have two Google Chrome icons. There's one that has me, M. Dalton. Remember I told you it was going to overwrite those pictures and stuff, so even though I said work and picked the ninja, there's me, it says M. Dalton. And then we still have this person 1. If I wanted to, I could actually delete the person one icon because I'm not going to be using that. But now what this means is, let me pull this back up and go ahead and close this out. So I'm hitting the X, so that you'll notice down here in the tray, no more Chrome open at all. But what this means is, if this was my presentation center machine, or the computer that I might have on my desk at school, or my computer at home, the next time I come in, like if I leave for the day and I log out, turn my computer off, and I come back in, I log into the computer, this icon, this desktop icon, is still going to be there. I'm the only one, as long as I've logged into the computer as myself before I do this, I'm the only one that could see this computer. If I came down and I logged off of this machine and somebody else came over and logged on, they won't be able to see this icon. So it's not like they're going to be able to get into my stuff. This is saved to my user profile. So when I log into the computer, this icon shows back up, and when I double click on it and Chrome opens up, you'll notice that now this time not only did it pick up my bookmarks and all of my extensions, but the settings that I have for my home pages. These are the tabs that I always want to have open up no matter where I am when I'm logged in as myself. And you'll notice that I'm already logged into my Google Drive account, so I don't have to go ahead and put all that stuff back in. It's okay to use this let it save passwords, because those passwords are saved to my account in the cloud. They're not saved locally, so it's not as though somebody here is going to accidentally be able to get my School Tool password or something like that. I'm not logged into School Tool, you'll notice, but because I let it save my password, all I need to do at this point is click the login button and I'm in. Same thing with other things. You'll notice, like if I go to staff and I go to Outlook, email, it'll already have my account stuff logged in, so I just have to, or filled in for me, so I just have to click the sign in button. So this can save you a lot of time, and it can also then make sure that you've got all of your extensions and everything set up exactly the way you want it. Now, if for some reason down the road you decide that you don't want that particular computer remembering who you are anymore, you would use the same exact method that we used in the quick way to get your kids to log in. I would come up here to the three dots or the exclamation mark, and I would go down here to settings. And at the very top part of settings, I would click the button that says disconnect your Google account. And again, I would say clear data and disconnect. And we'll give it a second and it'll close. And now you'll notice that on the desktop, no more personalized icon. Now it's just a regular Google Chrome icon. And if I open that up, you'll see nobody's logged in. It's forgotten about me. Okay, so again, that's the method that I would not really necessarily suggest you teach your students. They may want to use that at home, but it's not something that we need them using here at school, but certainly could be a time saver for you.